embroiled in an energy crisis, with the fallout of Russia's invasion of Ukraine leading to highly volatile prices. Europe's winter is well underway, and with the uncertainty around gas and electricity supplies, there's been increased demand for firewood as an alternative fuel source. But that's prompting worries over the future of the continent's forests. Rosie Burchard has more in the third of a 5-part series on how Europe is coping with a winter of war.
Cold winter rain won't stop Philippe Noirot from carrying out this centuries-old tradition. Here in Belgium's Saint-Hubert forest, a small section of woodland is reserved for local villagers who can gather and buy logs at cut-price rates to fill up on firewood for family homes.
Moi j'aime bien, j'ai toujours fait du bois depuis mon temps d'enfance, quand j'étais avec mes parents, quoi. Donc c'est resté comme ça dans les mœurs, quoi.
More than 1,000 households in the village of Liban are part of the log allowance scheme. It's among the last of its kind in Belgium, as the practice has largely died out. Sales help fund the work of village authorities, and there are caps on how much and how often wood can be distributed under regional felling rules. Noirot says it's been a lifeline for locals this past year, with gas and electricity prices proving unpredictable.
Donc c'est vrai qu'on peut chauffer à moindre coût, et ce qui va bien pour l'instant pour la crise économique, quoi.
Recently, village officials even felt compelled to roll out an exceptional log sell-off.
C'est la première fois cette année où on a fait une vente de bois supplémentaire aux particuliers, tellement la demande était importante et les gens téléphonaient en disant on voudrait bien acheter du bois, il n'y a plus d'affouage. Et donc oui, c'était vraiment exceptionnel et c'était en raison de la crise énergétique, bien sûr.
Though the price of firewood has increased over the past year, in some cases quadrupling, it remains the cheapest form of combustible fuel in Belgium. The orders keep piling up at this wood processing company, and the firm is struggling to keep pace.
On a aussi remarqué un gros boom au niveau des ventes. La demande a augmenté, mais l'offre est toujours restée la même, donc on s'est retrouvé avec presque plus de stock disponible, ce qui a fait qu'on a dû augmenter aussi nos prix.
Belgium has strict limits on logging in place, but rules vary across the European Union. Europe is among the most forest-rich regions in the world, and woods like this one play host to much of the world's biodiversity. But campaigners say authorities aren't doing enough to protect these precious resources. According to United Nations estimates, around 1 million more tonnes of wood pellets were burned in the EU in 2022 compared to the previous year, with consumption expected to keep growing. Hungary moved to loosen forest protection rules to offer easier access to firewood, and German authorities warned consumers of scammers setting up fake online wood shops to exploit increased demand. Because more trees can be planted, firewood is technically classed as a renewable energy and qualifies for EU subsidies. But burning it still leads to emissions.
Today, EU renewable energy policies are incentivizing the burning of wood, almost all kinds of wood. In a climate crisis, you have to, at least as much as possible, you want to leave forests standing because we need them. And burning them is really the last thing that we should keep incentivizing.
The subsidy rules are likely to be tightened soon. Brussels has also committed to planting 3 billion trees by 2030, and in future, EU countries will be required to submit national nature restoration plans. But governments are playing catch-up with climate change. Last year, heat waves and drought wrought havoc on hundreds of thousands of hectares of forest in southern Europe, as wildfires turned trees into ash. Scientists predict scenes like these ones from France will likely not be the last Europe suffers. EU officials are racing to adapt.
The extent and intensity of forest fires in the EU will increase in the next years. And this is one of the main challenges that the EU strategy intends to overcome, to the extent possible through the promotion of more healthy and resilient forests.
Back in Liban, Philippe Noirot is busy building a much safer and controlled fire in his wood-burning stove. The age-old practice of sharing wood among villagers may phase out in future as fewer homes feature firewood facilities and as pollution laws tighten. For now, Noirot plans to pass his retirement days filling up village wood stores.
La chaleur du bois, ça n'a rien à voir avec le mazout ou le gaz. C'est une chaleur spéciale, c'est incroyable, quoi. Et puis quand on va brûler la flamme dans le poêle, c'est comme vous dites, c'est cosy, quoi.
The freshly cut wood will take months to